This is Ashley Turner for Rock Journal Network, and I am joined today by Mr. Robert Bannister, and he's a dancer, and he's going to give us some information on why he started dancing. So, Robert, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Robert Bannister, and I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, 23 years old, currently in college at Liberty University.
Okay, so my first question to you is, when and where did you start dancing?
Well, I started, I guess it was back in 2000. A friend of mine that I met through actually going to a concert wound up asking me if I wanted to be in his group, and he was already kind of a dancer and just did the choreography for us and that group, and I really hadn't danced much before that. I started dancing, I guess you'd say the earliest signs of me dancing were when I was 7. I had a few little tiny moves, but I didn't really develop it until the year 2000. At that point, he taught both me and my other guy in the group how to dance and how to coordinate ourselves together as a group. And then from there, I guess pretty much Casey Trahan is the guy that taught me most of it, who was the leader of that group.
And out of curiosity, why did you start dancing?
Well, I guess for the most part it just came natural. I like to dance. Like I said, I actually danced a tad when I was 7. I didn't do anything like on stage, but I danced at one of my friends' birthday parties, and I danced just whenever I felt like dancing, when you had like a good song that came on or something. And like I said, I wasn't really that good at that point, but rhythm showed up at that point, and that was kind of interesting to me.
That's pretty cool. So what type of style do you like to do, or are you into?
I guess stylistically, my dance would be a combination of the older boy band stuff mixed with Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's some pretty hardcore stuff. I mean, they do flips and all that type of stuff.
Well, I haven't quite got to the flips yet. A lot of pop and lock, a little bit of smoother stuff mixed in with it. Usually a lot more tuned to the words along with the beat, but a lot of times, a lot of my things are going to be interpreted according to the words and just kind of mix it in together. So it's kind of a interpreted movement mixed in with the R&B and pop lock stuff.
Oh, okay. So how many days out of the week would you say that you practice?
Anywhere from 3 to 4. And pretty much with my schoolwork, it just has a tendency to move from 30 minutes to anywhere to an hour and a half. Like recently, I was working on a production, and it was whenever I knew that I had people together with it, it was about an hour and a half a day a lot of times. And I usually back off to about 3 days a week whenever I'm not really working on something or towards something. Usually, if there's a goal in sight, I just start pushing a lot harder for it.
Okay, yeah. So you're pretty dedicated towards dancing.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do something a little cool right now. I'm going to show a little clip of you dancing. So if you could explain to the viewers what you were doing and where this was, maybe?
Okay. I was actually that was a karaoke in the cafeteria at my university. The cafeteria had about, I'd say, 4,000 people in it that day.
Wow.
So it was a pretty big venue. It's a smaller stage, but they had to kind of tuck it off in the corner. But it was the largest venue I had done it to that point, and like I said, I was doing solo stuff that semester for the most part. That was before I decided to get together an actual dance group. But that was like one of my favorite performances, because I really got to do a song that I enjoyed doing, which was a song by NSYNC. So it was a blast.
How many times have you performed on stage?
Oh, wow. Geez. I've grown up in church, so I performed on those stages many times, smaller audiences, larger audiences, since I was probably, trying to think, I think my first solo when I sang in church would have been 8 years old.
Wow.
And I've been doing that all the way through till now. Let me think. So I guess probably, I don't know, you really couldn't count that many times. I would have sang at least anywhere from 10 to 20 times in church every year. Plus, I went to Colorado for a talent competition back in 2003. So it was, I've done it quite a bit.
So we've talked about NSYNC and Michael Jackson. So would you say that they are your influences, or who else influences you?
Pretty much those would be the hardcore influence, mostly NSYNC. I like the more poppy stop kind of stuff. I really like Michael Jackson's stuff because he has a little bit more difficulty to it, and more of that wow, that kind of, oh, that's an awesome dance kind of thing. You know, people see the moves and just kind of their eyes get big. Those are the kind of things that I really like to be able to do. I'd say biggest influence would have to be Michael Jackson, and I love to watch Usher go. So.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. I love watching him dance.
He is phenomenal. His voice matches his dancing. So, I mean, that guy is just a talent.
Yes. Okay, so because you're so dedicated to your dancing, I heard that you started your own company called Dance It Off Productions. You want to give a little information about that?
Yeah, actually, a good friend of mine who goes to the same university as me actually is helping out with the dance team there at the university. And I didn't really want to throw my production in a direction of the direction he was going, which is going out to a lot of the competitions. I wanted to do more of the on-stage kind of stuff and try out for the more of a direct approach. I wanted to have a smaller group. I think he has more like anywhere from 7 to 10 that he works with, and I preferred to have more of 3 to 5, which is a more mobile group, be able to teach them a little bit quicker. It's going to be a very mixed group where all of his are men. I wanted to have both men and women dancing in the group.
Wow. So thank you, Robert, for giving us a little background about yourself and telling us why you love dance so much. We hope to see you on a big stage one of these days, touring around, showing off your talent. So I really want to say thank you for the interview, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Before we end this interview, Robert would like to give a special thank you to someone that's very special to him.
Okay. I would just like to thank Casey Tronha, who is both my best friend and dance teacher from Scott, Louisiana, who basically got me on the stage, got me over my fear of crowds in a performing way. Just taught me what it's like to dance in front of a crowd, something I'd never done before. Thank you, Casey, and I owe it all to you, man.